We are back at Marketing 2.0 Conference Winter Edition post-lunch sessions powered by SheCan and Weekly Real Estate News. Now let's get going where we left off. Coming up next, another panel discussion on the topic, attention seekers. Understand how to get, keep, and use attention. The goal of marketers is to attract attention and then keep it long enough for the consumer to make a purchase decision. To do this, marketers must understand what motivates people and then use what knowledge in their marketing campaigns to connect with them on an emotional level. This panel discussion, featuring Ryan Lesniak, CFO and CSO at Limited Edition LLC, Ana Paola Galvarro, CEO of MEM Marketing Agency, and Chad Burmeister will help us understand the art of grabbing attention. Let's welcome them to the stage.
Good. Glad to have everybody here. Did everybody catch the amazing name of my friend Anna's company? Mujeres en Marketing, MEM. And does everybody know what that stands for? Mujeres, Women in Marketing, A+. You get a book at the end. Awesome. So 4 women leaders in marketing in this company. And you're going to really enjoy some of the materials that I think we're going to talk through today. So I'm Chad Burmeister. I'm with a company called Connected with a K. We're the leader in LinkedIn technology and outreach that helps more than 18,000 licensed users around the world connect with their target audience in an efficient and effective way to drive market opportunity. And Ana, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
I have to. Like, I think Chad talked about really good about me, about Mujeres en Marketing, about MEM Marketing Agency, so thank you. My name is Ana Paola Galvarro, and we talk about a lot about that, about my name and last name, and it was a very difficult decision to present it by myself today. I'm from Bolivia. I currently live in Miami, and I am passionate about marketing, passionate about strategies, organic content, and I love to work every day and to create something different. So, Ryan, your turn.
Is this on? Cool. So my name is Ryan Lesniak. I'm the CFO and CSO of my marketing and web development firm called Limited Edition. My quick backstory is I'm 24 years old. I'm probably the youngest person in this room. I think that gives me a unique perspective and can look at things in a different way and through a different lens. So I'm excited to be here. I've already learned so much. But on behalf of my company, I run all the finance, I help with the sales strategy, but we are a marketing department, and so that is why I'm here. And I'm excited to be on a panel. It's my first one, my first conference, and I'm here with 2 smart people, so I'm excited to dive into it.
All right, we're gonna have fun. So the way we're gonna get into the content is get attention, keep attention, and then use attention. 25, 30 years ago, I learned it as find, get, and keep business. So if I interchange that from time to time, you know where I'm going. But getting attention, that's Anna's specialty. So, what's the content need to look like? Where do you place it? The panel this morning, I think it was the keynote, where they said 3 to 5 seconds. And if it's a Gen Z audience, that's different than if you're reaching out to a different audience. So we're going to talk through some of that to start. Then once you've generated that attention, now what? What does your website need to look like? So we've got a case study we're going to walk through with Ryan that talks about a 270% increase in sales as a result of making some tweaks on the website. And then my specialty is I've always been on the sales side. I've straddled sales and marketing. So when I have $1 million marketing budget at RingCentral and we are converting at an 8% rate on the white paper downloads, 90 days later, convert that to an 18% conversion rate, that's a pretty big lift. So all 3 parts of this process are very important, right? Getting the attention, keeping the attention, and then converting the customer. So with that, we're gonna have Ana take us through some cool videos to get us spiked up after lunch.
And to be like alert after lunch, I think it's difficult. but we are gonna do our
We're
best.
going to do our best.
Yeah.
But before I go there, I do want to get a little interaction. I forgot about this. What I wanted to ask is, how many people, by a show of hands, have been prospected at your company, like for a technology, whether you're an influencer or a decision maker? Has everybody in the room ever been prospected? Yeah? Okay. Now, the last time you actually took action on being prospected, raise your hand if it was from a cold email that you got. One. It's rarely bright, so
It's
I saw
bright.
one. I definitely think I've seen that. Okay, so one person, right? Two out of a room of 50, 60 people. That's pretty small. How about a cold call? Somebody calls you, hey, this is Chad with Connected. Did I catch you at an okay time? How many people were cold called to get a prospect in the door? Another one, two, couple. Amazing. What about you saw a marketing ad on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, one of the marketing channels? Two, three. Okay, we've got more in this group. How about LinkedIn? Oh yeah, that's music to my ears, because that's like 7 or 8 people. LinkedIn is a different way to get in the door because you build trust first. So all of these channels can work well, and I thought that was fun. Good.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Thanks for participating.
Great. So I'm honored of being in the middle of you guys, so such an expert. And well, I try to do my best also with the get attention. So I would try to put it like stand up, making a little video of you right now. So the visibility here is really bad, and you're going to see that in my video after that in my stories. I'm going to tag you, many of you. And well, get right now is very difficult. We heard a lot about it, well, yesterday and in different kind of speakers. And like I said before, I'm from Latin America. I am a woman living in USA, and I learned something about marketing. And I think the most important thing that I learned is not be afraid. So try, speak up, talk about what you know. And if you can't do it, someone else will do that. Someone else will help you. Like I said at the beginning today when I'm talking with Chad or with Ryan, that if I don't know any word in English, please help me. So I think that's the most important thing, like not being afraid. And it happened the same with trying to get attention, because sometimes it will be sound risky, and you need to think out of the box. We need to think out of the box, and we need to create, and we need to inspire. So I'm going to show you something. This is just a little picture about me and my agency and my son, and trying to keep your attention too. Do you know what is happening right now in 1 minute, every 1 minute in social media? So you can see here, like 44 millions of lives. So it's a lot happening in 1 minute. So 695K stories in Instagram. My story is going forward, so one more. There are so many. TikToks, so we know about TikTok. So it's 167 million of videos going around every minute. And well, Chad knows about LinkedIn, so you're sure that information is like...
Yeah, looks correct.
Yeah, like almost 10,000 of people being connected right now. Even us, like I connect with you guys every minute here in these sessions. So it's amazing. And we want to grab a little of attention of this big war in marketing. So get attention. How we can do that? So let's begin with my checklist. And I'm sure I'm messing with that. Everyone in this room can make their own checklist. So I always talk about being inclusive, being human, being part of a community, have a purpose or a strategy, making something short, immediately, fast, organic, real, unique, collaborations. So right now we are in the middle of a big world of collaborations. Influencers, marketing agencies, big, small clients. We talk about our clients as a partners. So we are not a vendor like we heard yesterday. We are really partners with them. So being innovative, inspire, well, video and video, video. I know we are talking about video every second. And being original, and the materials need to feel like an experience for us. So what else? I just want to show you something that we made in our agency because a client of us reached us with that material, with the first one. I'd say, I want to put a Google ad, a Facebook ad, a LinkedIn ad with that material. And we'll say, no way. We really can't run an ad with that material. So it's an artwork, it's static, we don't have nothing there. So even when the package or the plan doesn't include the artwork, we decided to make a new one. So here's the piece. Oh no, it's not showing.
He may have to click the play button over there in the,
Yes.
he can't click it, he said.
Oh, he can?
Oh,
Oh yeah,
okay, good. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, I think it's going.
oh, let me go back and we'll see. Okay, we can see here because in the next one we can see, oh,
You know, it's funny, I'll comment on that because our CEO is a creative person. He's also about 24, 25 years old in Indianapolis, Indiana. And he did the silliest video that I could have ever imagined. And I think it was like eating spaghetti in the bathroom or something and just getting all over the place. He got so many clicks you wouldn't believe. And interest and leads. I was like, what? Wait, I don't understand. But see the one on the left with the API and all the words versus what's in it for me, I mean, it just reminds me of making it come to life, right? Think of the banners when you walk down the hall to come to this conference room, and there's a couple to me that stand out, right? Is there one, like you're nodding your head, do you remember one of the ones? Like what's your favorite banner out there, anybody? The investing one, yeah. And it's what's unique about that banner?
It grabs your attention because I said, are you tired? I'm like, oh, you're in Vegas. So.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. So that's what I think we're getting at here, right? Is there's a human in the picture, obviously. There's a call to action. If that video was playing, you would see those arrows would be pointing down. You know, and it kind of directs you. As people, we want to be kind of shown where to go. And then it's increased security for financial transactions and reduce customer churn to 0. Okay, I sent my CFO a thing about churn the other day. I was like, what if we could reduce churn by 24%? She's like, you've got my attention. I'll take a call anytime. So I have a call tomorrow while I'm here about that topic. That one's a little better than how we help Vindy automate customers' payments through, I don't even know what that SDP stands for. Yeah.
Right, and to touch on that as well, it also makes it about you. Humans are inherently selfish, and when you want to have a conversation or an ad with someone, you want to make it about them. And so this guy, he's pointing at you. It makes it, the one on the right looks like it's about you. Left looks like it's just there, and you have to put effort into understanding the ad. And if you have to do that, the attention's already gone because people don't have attention and they don't want to put effort into something that they don't know about. You make it about you, the attention's on me, it feels like it's about me, now I'm intrigued, now I go further down the line.
What's the importance while we're there? They click that link, they go to your website. Does it need to be the same person, or should that person be somewhere, or is clip art okay in those kinds of things?
Consistency, like my firm is a web development marketing firm, and we focus on consistency across the entire digital landscape of your brand. So that's everything from, your Facebook page and the branding and aesthetic of that, and having it match your website, so that way you're in the right place and it's still about you. That would be my 2 cents on that. Keep it consistent, because that matters.
That's very interesting though, because many of the clients say that I don't want to use the same thing in the website, and then it's like a mistake. Like they felt like
because you can't copy and paste the same exact thing, but these colors, this color scheme, keep that consistent. If it's the same guy, then yes, that is you kind of just repurposed all your content for every single platform, and that's not what you want to do, and I don't want to be mistaken by that. Point is you keep the look of it the same. You could have this one on the right catch your attention, then when you get to the website, it's the one on the left. And because now you're diving more into it and you're curious how it can affect you and what value it can bring to you, your brand, et cetera.
Yeah. What's the business value of converting from a text-heavy, about the company versus a you-friendly, what do you see in terms of clicks and conversion rates as a result of implementing something like that?
Yeah, we have been talking about before, and it's really a big difference. Like they have been operating 3 years in the marketing with 10 followers in Facebook. Like telling me I don't care about followers, I just want my ad to run. But where is your community? What are you really building here? So he reached 300 in a week, then obtained more conversion and leads, and everything goes forward. So
wow.
It's a big deal.
10 in 3 years or 300 in a week. I don't know about you, but I'd take 300 in a week.
Yeah, and it's a proportion. The ad will not be separate from the creativity, and also not be separate from keeping or from using the information after. So everything is at 360 grade.
Yeah.
So we are going.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the next one is our example. I don't know if we are going to be able to see the video because it's not working. It's not working, right? Well, anyway, I can send you the videos, and this one specifically, we use a very catchy music. So when you heard this video chat heard before, it was make you really dance, feel like you are dancing. And what is the link between an AI company and dancing? No link, right? But we are trying to do that. I don't want to see something boring, even when it's just technology. I want to feel like I like that, so I want to read it, and then I want to know more. Because the only job of get the attention is to make a click with the client. And then you can just give the information and use the information. So the last one was really good too, and I can send it to you. It was before. It's another company with hair care products and tools. They get used to make just photo pictures and just a static work. And then we enter in we talk about extreme makeover in social media. It's a word the phrase that we use. And then we make some videos of influencers or little influencers using the products. So it was a big difference, and it was a lot of fun. We create different scenarios, and we catch more attention.
And when those influencers are using that product, you can relate. Again, it makes it about you, and you can see yourself using it. If you see a hair dryer, I don't personally use a hair dryer, but if you see a picture of one and it just says the name of hairdryer 320X5 or whatever, no one cares about that. You don't, when you're looking at it, when you're using it, the name, the model, the style doesn't really matter. What matters is how it works, right? And so making it about you, seeing an influencer using that hairdryer makes you feel like, oh, I could use that in the same way. I could have my hair look like hers, right? So
You
I don't
know,
want to talk too much about women's hair. But
The CEO of UGG Boots spoke at an event in New York City that I was at 3-4 years ago. And he said the first year he came over, I think he's from Australia, if I'm not mistaken, and he comes over and he sells like $5,000 worth of UGG boots in California. The next year he's like, yay, I doubled. We got to 10,000. And it's like, yeah, but how do you stay alive on $10,000? Well, then he goes and he goes to this surfboard store, and he goes, hey, you're the owner of the surfboard store. Can we get some of your surfers to wear the UGG boots? And so they kind of picked model-looking surfers, and it was forced. It wasn't natural. It wasn't authentic. And so as a result, he, again, doubled the sales, but it was too forced. Finally, Pamela Anderson, back in the Baywatch days, wears the boots and is pictured in a black and white newspaper just wearing them, not in a paid-for ad, not in a placement, authentically wearing them. Sales went up to like 160 grand, and then once they hit the 5 to 10 to 20 to 160, then it went 160, 320, a million, and then hundreds of millions of dollars. And it was all, he really tied a lot of it back to that fact that it was authentically placed, used. The other thing about music that you pointed out, a friend of our family he's graduated 1 million people from his mindset classes over the last couple of decades. And music is the key piece of the equation of how he gets people to transform their lives. Because when you hear the music, it just opens up something totally different. So the words on the page, using the product, I mean, all that stuff, all that's amazing. Just seeing those videos, you guys saw the pictures, seeing those videos in action, it's just such highly produced content. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's funny, it's human, it's natural, and marketing is like that right now. When you want to get attention, it's like that. Need to be spontaneous, need to feel like right. And that's the best thing that we can do if you enjoy to do it. Also, like your client is going to feel that you are enjoying. And then obviously the final client is going to know that that piece is really important and it's really like worth it to see it. And well, I think everybody talk about the strategy, but I'm going to tell you again, could be spontaneous, could be human, but it needs to be part of a strategy. So that's important. Well, inspire, I said before, and just to note about inspiration is social media is about the people, not about your business. Provide for the people, and the people will provide for you. So I think that's resumed everything about to get, and now I'm gonna let you go
So if
forward.
people want to connect with you, is it the best on LinkedIn, or what's your channel of choice?
Yes, LinkedIn for sure.
LinkedIn first.
Yeah,
All right.
and if you want to see more human materials, organic about my agency, you can connect in Instagram, TikTok, and we have all the networks going forward.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing amazing information. Now that they've raised their hand, they've clicked a button, they've presumably landed on the website.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about that. How did you first get into the kind of work that you do today?
So without getting too far into it, I graduated May of 2020, so 2 months after the world shut down. I don't want to make this whole conversation about COVID, but that six-figure sales job out of college, number one, doesn't exist. Number two, especially during COVID. I learned that the really hard way, I guess. Ended up working out great because I'm here now, though. So I started a company. I knew how to shoot photo and video content, similar to what you were talking about. Then found a business partner. He helped me get that content onto the website. The website was terrible. We brought that to their attention, rebuilt the site. We're like, hey, this is kind of a business model, and it was just us two. Now I'm here with a team of 12. Using the attention though, or keep,
use. You're on Keep.
So people are to the website. What does that do for you? Your website is a place to provide information to people who are seeking it. People don't navigate through websites that they don't want to be on. They can swipe back and out, bounce back onto the Google page of the results, or they'll keep inquiring deeper. And so I like looking at websites as layers. So there's your first layer, and if the ad has worked, you've gotten to that first layer. There has to be somewhere on that screen in 3 to 5 seconds that's incredibly obvious that you can click to be to like get deeper onto that next level. For example, one of the companies that we built a website for was it's called Germ Logic, based in Austin, Texas. They manufacture and sell like air purifiers. They could have them in this auditorium. And then they also work on some other stuff, but they do it for commercial and residential. And so that was like their 2 main pillars of their company. And so the first thing we did on their website was have 2 buttons. You get to the website, you're either commercial or you're residential. And when you're on that website, you know which one you are, and it's incredibly obvious to click. Once I've gotten someone to click on that button, let's say it's commercial because they're looking for something like for, Mandalay Bay is looking for a air purifier for this room, keep everyone healthy and safe. You're gonna click on commercial. Now, I've already answered one of their questions and they want to inquire deeper. That same strategy across levels eventually gets people to pick up a phone, make a call, schedule on the website, get another conversation started. And so I think making sure that not just your website, but anything, Instagram, other places, in person, you use that same strategy of layers and making it simple for the people to not use their brains, but to just inherently pick and choose, because that's what humans want to do, and that's how you keep it quick, and that's how you maintain their attention. So that's kind of like a small little case study and example of how you do your work, you crush it, maybe we should partner up because you can crush that. I know how to get them there.
Before they came to you guys, if I remember right, you said for 5 years they were flailing, $1,500 a month in SEO spend. And the CEO said, I don't even know what SEO means, but I'm just spending $1,500 and I'm not getting any results.
Yeah.
So it sounds like very few leads as a result. You told me, as a salesperson, I like to think of the impact, right? Pre and post.
Yeah.
So what did you say in terms of revenue increase as a result?
270 in 1 year. So what's funny about the Germ Logic story is they called me, I was a fresh graduate, and they wanted to give me a sales job. And I said, actually, I'm kind of trying to build websites and I'm trying to ramp this up. I bootstrapped it, no investment, nothing. And he was like, well, actually, I happen to need that because the web development company that built their previous website and did all their SEO, wasn't talking to them. They had no idea what they were getting. They were spending $1,500 a month on SEO, having no idea what it got for them. They had no way to measure it. They weren't seeing differences or results, whether positive or negative, post-working. So I don't have any data to compare their website or conversion rates, those sorts of metrics prior to our work. Post-work, bottom line, increase 270.
Yeah, 270% increase is
for selling air purifiers.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. I had a similar customer at the beginning of COVID, called me in March and said, hey, Chad, I just took on a PR role at this company that converted their manufacturing production line of clothing into masks. What do you think we should do? And I'm like, well, I generally look at it from a sales perspective. So I go, I can tell you what I would do, and it wouldn't be email blast everybody. It wouldn't be all these other strategies. I said, we got to be different, right? Everybody else, when everybody goes right, we got to go left.
Right.
So
I love that.
we downloaded 1,400 cell phones of the top chief procurement officers in America through Zoom Info. And then we recorded Danielle on a voicemail. Hey, and it was just a nice message that's 45 seconds. Hey, it's Danielle. I represent the company that's in Los Angeles. Amazon just purchased 100 million masks from us last week. We can produce 10 million a day. And out of curiosity, as the chief procurement officer there, wondering if you'd like to buy any American-made masks. She was inundated with calls. We did a voicemail drop to these 1,400 people. And at one point she goes, Chad, turn the volume down because I'm getting the call from Marriott and Salesforce.com and all these big ones. She signed $10 million in deals and personally made $1 million in commissions between March and August of that year. So it's interesting, right? In a market, when you're getting into a new market, there's always opportunities. It's finding out how do you use technologies and content like this to really nail that message so that you get the clicks, bring them to your website, a 270% increase in conversion because you've bifurcated your traffic properly. And it's pretty cool stuff. So I want to kind of make this a little bit interactive in the last 10 minutes. Are there any questions? Or maybe we could even have fun. Everybody here has a product to sell. If you want to give us a 60-second pitch of gaining attention, we could practice that a little bit. Anyone have something they think the room could benefit from? Or have any questions?
Everybody's very shy today.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about LinkedIn then, because this one's kind of near and dear to my heart. So I've been a reseller of LinkedIn prospecting software for 5 years, and I just joined Connected about 3 or 4 months ago. They've grown from 0 to 18,000 users in under 2 years, and they're adding another 1,000 to 2,000 users a month. So it's 13.4% growth rate month over month. The reason that that's possible is not because they just reach out to 100 people a day and then send something that's junk, right? Like a lot of content. There's 3 strategies that I can share with you, whether you use a software or not. And these are in this book. I've got a handful of copies with me, so if you want one, I'm happy to give it to you. It's a very templatized approach. You can connect with people who are part of a group. Hey, I see we're part of the Internet 2.0 group or the Marketing 2.0 group. Let's connect. And if you ask someone to connect that's in a group with you, you're 3 times more likely to connect with them. So you might get 15%. If you refer to the fact that we're part of the same group, now you're at 40%. That's a pretty big deal. What you don't do is say, hey, my company helps you create really amazing video ads, and we're founded by 4 women out of Latin America. Let's connect. That's too much information. It's not about me. Make it about the user and the group that you're part of. That's strategy number 1, 3x conversion rate. When you do that right, the next message should be a give. So if you've ever followed Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, he hit one of his strategies, give, ask. So once you've connected, then give something of value. Hey, my company, MEM, we've just launched a 30-second free video creation for you, or we'll look at one of your videos. Come up with something that's creative, that's not over pitchy. Ideally, it doesn't even say MEM in it. It just says, hey, did you see this white paper that said that Gen Z prefers TikTok over Facebook 18-1? Give them something of value that's not much to do with your company. So connect with someone in a group, then give, then ask. Don't ask on your second message. The second strategy in LinkedIn outreach that's working really well is if someone posts something. So imagine someone at this conference says, wow, what a great speaker Ryan Lesniak was, right? First show, 24-year-old, can you believe it? And then he gets 50 likes. You can go in, copy that link, and you can go connect with those people that liked that post. Hey, I saw you, how do you know Ryan, right? Or how did you come across this conference? So if you go to the post, connect with the people who like that post, that's another 3x conversion rate. The final one, this one's my favorite for a room of marketers. How many people drive people to either physical or online events? Anyone doing event marketing at all? A little bit?
Yeah.
So the gentleman who raised their hand back there, what type of an event would you put on? Like, is it a marketing event, IT event? What kind of event? Yeah.
So it's a webinar, live webinar event.
Live webinar, and what topic?
On
Marketing, okay. So imagine if you go into LinkedIn and you search marketing, and if you can be more specific, the better, right? Marketing for HubSpot, marketing. Find all the events that are on that first page, maybe first and second page, and you want to look for the ones that have 50, 500, 5,000 attendees. And then you get to go connect with, the way it works with LinkedIn is once you say attend on that LinkedIn event, now those folks you're able to either connect with them or do a first degree message to them because we're part of that event together. So it opens up the algorithm to where if we were all attending a virtual event, I could go to each person. Hey, Ryan, we're attending the event virtually, the Vegas Virtual Marketing 2.0. Let's connect sometime. Man, your likelihood of me doing that versus some stranger is going to go through the roof. So at RingCentral, when I ran their SDR, BDR global team of 100 people, we would pay $50 to $100 for someone that was that kind of a hand raiser. When you go to LinkedIn events and there's 1,000 people registered for that marketing event, and now you have unfettered access to that group, think of the business value to you. $50 times 1,000. That's $5,000 worth of marketable audience. And when you couple that with Anna's amazing opener and a website that's ready to handle the traffic, it's very interesting. The other thing we were talking about at lunch is first-party cookies. A lot of these platforms are starting to put it behind the curtain and say, look, we used to be able to say, let's sort by demographics and region and technograph, all these different ways to run the algorithm. But with privacy laws, they're starting to pull some of that back. So you can't get as targeted as you used to be able to. Through LinkedIn, you're actually able to go still run, right? I want people that are in New York City, that are CEOs at 50 to 500 person company size in the computer software business that attended that event. I mean, you can get extremely targeted, but using those three things I just talked about. Connect with someone who posts, connect with someone in a group, connect with someone that's attending an event on LinkedIn. I built a $2 million a year company bootstrapped in a year and a half, purely living on those three strategies. And I did have some good partners in the video space as well. So.
Yeah, I think we made a great team together, and that's inspiring for me because we can know that we can work in different spaces.
Yeah, well, kudos to Marketing 2.0 because pulling the three of us together, I guess they had their ducks in a row when they planned this panel. So, any other comments or questions, or what would you like to leave everybody with?
The interesting thing you say about LinkedIn is that has been an incredible, a very powerful tool. I'm taking that and bringing it with me.
Yeah,
and I'm also wondering,
to
who has connected with me at this conference that's using that strategy? I don't know. But I think it's very powerful, and a question to give back to both of you guys is, what do you think is the most important part? Because one thing that I came into this panel understanding how to get, keep, and use attention. If you can't get someone's attention, you're not going to be able to use it. But if you get their attention and you don't know how to use it, are you wasting time? So how would you both rank importance of those three things? Because I know I'm wondering.
My default for this question for the last 25 years is that revenue equals frequency times competency. So frequency means how many times are you going to see the ads in the right place?
Being consistent.
Competency is it the one on the left or is it the one on the right? Yeah. Right? So it's all very well put. If one piece of that equation is a 0 or a 0.4 and the other part's a 1, man, you got to close that leaky pipe or you're not going to convert at a level that you should.
Yeah.
Or how you can complement the three things together, because we said before, if I do something so original and so awesome, but then the website is not working. Yeah. So I just throw the money away and I put the Facebook ad, the Google ad, the LinkedIn ad, and that's it.
Well, we were talking about this when we were getting mic'd up, right? My company has 78,000 visitors to our website a month. We are presumably one of the top users of LinkedIn in the entire world. And yet, I met with a chat company the other day because I had a chat team before of 20 people, And this chat team came in, they looked at all our stats, and they go, okay, this little chat button that you have in the bottom, it's just a form. And it asks first name, last name, company, and then 8 qualification questions. And it looks like a chat, but people aren't slow, right? They're gonna go, I'm being qualified right now. And there's no interactivity. It's just question, 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 and then thanks. So we get like a very small % conversion into lead. When I met with the chief revenue officer of this chat company, I said, what do you legitimately expect for us to get in an increase? And he said, well, the 78,000 visitors, you're getting 0.5% that convert to that form, probably less, and it's way less, actually. I was holding my cards close to my chest. It's way less. He's like, you can probably get 2 to 2.5% of those people to fill that out. 2% times 78,000 visitors, we're not gonna have enough salespeople to handle that volume.
Right.
So like that's, even though we're great at driving people to the site, if we're light in one area, then what's it all for? So
Well, I like both your answers because my answer to it is there is no order.
There
You need
is no
all
order,
three, and
yeah.
sometimes that's difficult to, accept, but it's the truth, and understanding that is important.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I think there is a balance, like it needs to
Absolutely.
be worded. And about cookies, just a comment. I know we are all worried about cookies, iOS, and everything, but I think that every problem is an opportunity. So I think we, as a marketer, everyone in this room are very brave, and we are going to make it. we make it during the pandemic. We make it with social media and cookies. No worries.
Yeah, that's right.
We can do it too.
Got
That's
to be
right.
dynamic for marketing, not to hate on finance, but spreadsheets are always going to look like spreadsheets, and, human attention spans are dropping and dropping and dropping, so it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming to our session this afternoon. It's been a pleasure. If you want to connect with any of us, I've got probably 8 or 10 of these, but I also have e-copies, so I can email it to you as well. So really appreciate your attention this afternoon. Thanks for having us here.
Thank you.
Thank you.